Contains images of a childish nature, slight humor, and no swear words. Also, it's pretty awesome, so watch out for that. I am Andrew Heikkinen, and this is my CE, in which you will be subjected to things like video games, loud music, kittens, My Little Pony, explosions, drama, metal ponies, wizards, kittens that are also food, comedians, my hopes and dreams, mythical creatures, Photoshop, anime, and most importantly, me. Yeah. All right. Did you like that?
Yes.
That was pretty much the climax of my entire presentation. So, I'm just gonna stall for another, 14 or so minutes. So, all right. The overview. We'll go over some of the things I like and some of the things I do well. I'll share with you a few of my plans for world domination and the skills I've learned to carry them out. Oh, no. I'm going to share with you my plans after I conquer the world, and then I'll go through the plans of world domination. And then afterwards, I'll share with a bit how I improved this world that we live in and a few of the recorded documents I've taken over the course of my high school career. First question, who am I? I lied. There aren't any actually domination plans. It was a metaphor for the questions. I am known by many titles. Foxxy, Heineken, Awesome, Lord of the Dance, the Destroyer of Worlds, and the Master of Sound. They're all pretty self-explanatory. Here's some of the things I like. World of Warcraft. Even though I don't play it much anymore, I spent most of my life devoted to it, so I figured it'd get a place up there. A good joke, comedy is important everywhere. Free running, which is running free. Acting, like on a stage and stuff. Video games, chilling out, computers, sleeping, my friends, and music. Here are a couple examples of the music I like. I actually am able to play them, but I don't feel like it right now because, some of them might just be a waste of time. But they're there. Here are the few things I do well. I am the greatest actor ever. I'll let that soak in. I'm the greatest actor there ever is. Was, in fact. And I'm also really good at the behind-the-scenes stuff. I memorize things really easily if I can get interested in them. If you want me to, I will recite the entire history of Azeroth, which is World of Warcraft stuff. I am an excellent writer, but not really the greatest speller at times. And I've never had a problem expressing my individuality. Also, I make last-minute work look really good. These are a few pictures of me being me. It's like freshman year. Always wore a hat over one eye. This is me at SakuraCon, wearing my ear hat with my buddy Matt. This is me at a football game, being furry and spirited. Notice the purple and the gold. And then finally, me. That is my most current picture. It's pretty cool, dude. Anyway, I'd like to go over my short venture into the world of circuit building. I went to Snow Isle Career Center for in between 10th and 11th grade, and I went into the class of robotics and electronics technology, where I learned to build circuits, solder, and read schematics and create a professional portfolio, which I use. My archive folder is in there. It's got all my archives in it. It's in my backpack. 2 seconds. They're in order. So, the first one is my resume assignment, which I got full points on thanks to the skills I learned. That's not it. That's my final assignment.
I don't think there's...
There's nothing in here.
What?
It all fell out.
Oh. It's what I get for not hole punching them. Sorry about that. Here they are. Still in order. Anyway, yeah, professional portfolio which you used to help me pass my resume assignment because I've been using that, the skills I've learned since then to create my resume. Anyway, you might have noticed there's My Little Pony in this, and I am a very eccentric person, so I decided I'll connect some of this, such as first pony, Twilight Sparkle. I'm really smart, she's really smart. You know, doesn't really show for me at times because I'm pretty lazy as well, but you know, I'll look over that. Rarity, I take pride in how I look. And you know, it's pretty weird fashion, but you know, I like it. I'm wearing a tie. I'm professional. Anyway, Applejack, I'm a considerate and kind person, even to the people I don't like. And you know, I'll show them tolerance and stuff, but some people just get on my nerves. Fluttershy. She is a shy pony, and I'm a shy person. So, you know, kind of go hand in hand sometimes. Pinkie Pie, which is this cool little pony right there, is the party pony, and I love to party. Having fun is like one of my favorite things, and I try to do it as much as possible. And then finally, Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash is awesome. I'm awesome. Done. Second question, where am I going? I have a couple of plans. I'd really, really like to be an actor. But if that doesn't work out, I plan on joining the Navy. And if that doesn't work out, well, if that doesn't work out, that's my backup plan. However, my second plan is to study the mystic arts and slay dragons. Yeah. Actor end. I'll probably have to get another job for this because most actors don't make a lot of money. My best case scenario would be to work on Broadway in a big theater. That would be so awesome. However, worst case scenario is I get a job somewhere else and I do volunteer acting for free on the side. Some of the skills I've learned for acting. Over my course of 4 years, I've taken Gerard's theater class every single year. Well, almost every year. Went over my transcript, and apparently I didn't take it freshman year, because that was freshman year, and that was kind of dumb. Anyway, I've been in or worked on the plays Sugar, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, The Mikado, Alice in Wonderland, and Grease. They were all incredible experiences. During my time here, I've learned to stay in character, study the character I'm playing, to make the character believable, and my stage presence, which is making myself seen or unseen. And I'll connect that to my archive, which Mr. Bauer has right now, my actions, truth, and believability, which I got 4 points on. Some pictures of me acting over the years. This was me in Legend of Sleepy Hollow with my fanciful brother and my cool sister. This is me as the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. And then finally, me as one of the background characters in Grease. And that's my buddy Jake. If I do go into the Navy, I'll take as many jobs as I can traveling around the world, because it's one of my many goals in life is to see the world. And I'll mostly take a job as an electrician or working with computers, because that's really what I know a lot about. Skills for the Navy. My going to Snow Isle has really given me a lot of tools for this. Tools such as setting up and reading an oscilloscope, reading a digital multimeter, constructing circuits, reading schematics, and soldering, which is, you can use that in everyday life. Dragon Slayer end. I won't actually slay dragons, but I will become an author and write about slaying dragons. Or, I specialize in writing sci-fi, horror, or fantasy stories. And with this, I'll probably have to find a side job as well. Some of the writing skills I've learned. I've taken a couple of classes on writing, most of which I failed. But that doesn't mean I didn't take away anything from it. I've learned to use proper quotations, writing in third person, which is something I didn't even know I couldn't do before starting high school. Making the character believable, and different techniques for description. Again, an archive for this that I have is my Miss Brill story, which I didn't get full points on, but it was still okay. how will I get there? The third and final question. If I want to become an actor, I've got to put myself out there and make myself known. I'll look into volunteer acting, which I was informed recently that there's an opening up over in Marysville. I'll always have to be on the lookout for audition opportunities. And if I can, I'd really like to get into Cornish College of the Arts and get a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Acting. Getting into the Navy, I'll sign up and see what happens from there. I'm not actually really sure what happens after that. I think something about basic training, but you know, I don't know much. However, I'm good at adapting to new environments, and you know, that's really good to have, good skill to have. And to become a famous writer, I don't know how well this one's going to work out because I need to seriously sit down, think about what I'm going to write. Then once I've got a good idea in my head, I've got to type that whole thing out. That's a lot of typing. Then I'll have to get an editor to revise it and correct all of my many spelling mistakes. And then once the revisions are made, I would have to find a publisher to publish this said book and then hope it becomes a huge hit. And seriously, I don't have that kind of attention span. So, anyway, and we're on to community service, which I don't have, like, anymore. My archive portfolio was lost in my transition between here and Prove. However, I remember all my what I did for all my community service, so I shall share that now. All my community service came from when I was in Boy Scouts. I would volunteer at a Cub Scout day camp and run the trading posts they had there as the cashier, and I would, you know, make sales and stuff. So, you know, I learned to handle money during my summers working there. Oh yeah, and if I need to, I can get my community service from working in the plays with Miss Giroux. Anyway, my archive folder is lacking, and you know, I could always blame that on the Prove incident, but that doesn't change the fact that I was lazy and didn't archive many things. However, what I do have, I will discuss in the next few slides. My diversified occupations class, which is basically business stuff. I have 2 archives from that class. The first is my entrepreneurship assignment, where I had to design my own business and make it seem like it would make money. And this, I got a 100% on that, so it's pretty good assignment. It was also a lot of fun. My business, I sold eye patches and blindfolds, because they're cool. Anyway, I took away from this what being a business owner would be like. Like just a basic kind of understanding. And I'm sure in the future I could probably use this to make myself some money. And money is always good. And then finally, the second one is my budget assignment, where I learned to create a well-planned budget for a dream job that I had. What I learned from this is that creating a budget like that is really difficult. There are some things I didn't factor into, like insurance and electrical bills, and even though I want to, you know, my dream home is an apartment in Seattle, there's still a lot of spending for that. So, you know, I learned to manage a budget of that kind of magnitude, and learning that is an important life skill, no matter what career you go into. My ecology class. I got this, my archive was, I had to read a story on, I think it was about oil. I can't really remember it right now. However, what I do remember is that I had to read the subject, and then I had to understand what I knew and answer questions about it. And this is an important tool in the outside world, but it's even more important in high school because you use it all the time in so many assignments. It's crazy. My 13th year plan, which should be called my 14th year plan because this is in fact my 13th year right now. At the start, when I at the start of the beginning of high school, I tried to make it as enjoyable as possible. I still try to do that now. However, since I started to fail classes due to my laziness, I realize now that it needs to be, you gotta do what you gotta do to pass. But you know, you can still make that fun. In conclusion, I'm a pretty awesome person. It's true. Yeah, I have backup plans.